I'm going to show you how to replace a washing machine tub seal. This is a GE washing machine, but it's pretty similar on other models, at least front-loading washers. And if you find this content helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. So the first thing we can see here is that seal that's been damaged by a dog. The dog also got into this clip right here that keeps the door closed, so we need to replace that also. So the first thing we do is get the parts, and here's the model number. So you just go on the GE website and get the parts. Once you have the parts, we can start the repair. First thing we do is remove the knob and then the soap tray. There's a little tab you push in, pull that out. With that out, we can undo these screws. And you can see that's a little loose now. Now, I originally thought that this would pop out with just some plastic tabs, but as you'll see in a second, I was wrong. You can see this is a little free now from all the plastic tabs, but there are 3 screws holding that top piece on, but I did not realize that. Now, this is with the fascia off, and it's where I messed up because there were 3 screws holding that on. What I should have done, instead of breaking the plastic tabs, was remove the top dryer and take the top off. I didn't realize that there were screws holding tabs on. But in the end, this repair still worked, so don't make the same mistake I made. This is what we were supposed to do. Unstack the dryer and then go in the back of the washing machine and remove these 3 screws that hold the top in place, the top of the washing machine. And with those removed, you can then slide the top back, which then expose the 3 more screws that I needed to remove, but I didn't. So please don't make this mistake. But like I said, in the end, if you do make this mistake, it still went back together good enough and no one will ever notice. So these screws hold that fascia on, but as you can see, they were broken off because they were never removed. So anyway, back to the repair at hand. Once I realized this, I was a little sad, but I kept moving ahead with the repair because we're here anyway. So there's 2 screws on the top and 3 screws on the bottom of the front of the front load washer. You need to remove these so that we can take the front face cover off that holds the door. So I'm just removing these 3 bottom ones. And with those off, you can then remove this wire that holds the seal on. And there's a spring in there around a wire. And you pull it to stretch it out, and then it comes right off. And that's kind of how you put it back on. You just need to work it around again. But you can see it's a wire and it has a spring that stretches. Now we can remove the seal from the front cover. And don't pull it off quickly. You got to pull it up and out. But there is a plug, that the door sensor, that you need to remove. Otherwise, you could damage that. So just get your little pick in there and remove that plug. And then the front cover can come right off. So with the front cover off, there's a secondary wire that holds the seal to the inside of the tub, and we need to remove that. It's kind of hard, but you can manipulate that bolt to get to it with a small screwdriver or drill. I had this one. I had to rotate it just a couple times like this to get it loose, and then I could finally manipulate it enough to get my drill in there. So this is with everything off. We need to get the new seal on, and we got the new seal on, and we got it on just by working it around in a circle, starting from the top and then making sure it's seated all the way around. Very important. And when that's actually seated, then you can get that wire again, the one with the screw that can be tightened down, and you want to loosen it all the way, get it nice and seated where it needs to be to hold that to the inside of the tub, and then tighten that down good and snug. And now we can grab that front cover again and put it on in reverse order like we took it off. So the first thing we do is plug that door sensor back in, put those 5 screws in, the 2 up top and the 3 down low, and then open the door, and we can put on that front wire on. And this one's a little more tricky. You got to pull the spring apart while working it around. So you put it on half first and then pull the string and then just kind of work it around. It could be kind of tricky. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. And again, we bought this latch, and we're just going to replace that as just 2 screws, put it back on. So when I was doing this, I'm just hoping that it goes back good enough, and you can see that it's not very secure. There's a couple tabs that hold it, but they're very unsecure. So I'm just going to reinstall these 2 screws, and luckily these 2 screws along with the tab on the other side was enough to secure it. It's not going anywhere, and the repair is done. and I learned a lesson to do it the right way last time. And if you appreciate this video, please consider donating via the PayPal link in the video description. And also hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.